In the small, quaint town of Brushville, there lived a comb named Cosmo. Cosmo wasn't just any ordinary comb. He had a spark of determination that set him apart from the rest. He was crafted from the finest materials and had a sleek, shiny appearance. Cosmo's bristles were perfectly aligned, and he took immense pride in keeping hair neat and tidy. However, Cosmo's life wasn't as glamorous as one might think. Day in and day out, he faced tangled hair, stubborn knots, and unruly strands that seemed to defy gravity. Despite these challenges, Cosmo never gave up. He believed that every knot could be untangled and every hair could be tamed with enough persistence and patience. One sunny morning, Cosmo was minding his own business in the cozy drawer of the Smith family bathroom. Suddenly, he was yanked out of his comfortable spot by young Timmy Smith, a boy with a head full of wild, curly hair. Timmy had just woken up and his hair was a tangled mess, looking as if it had been through a tornado. Cosmo braced himself for the challenge. "This is what I was made for," he thought. With each stroke, he worked diligently to smooth out the knots and tangles. Timmy winced a few times, but Cosmo was gentle yet firm. Slowly but surely, the tangles began to loosen. Cosmo felt a sense of accomplishment as he made progress, and Timmy's hair started to look more manageable. Word of Cosmo's tenacity began to spread around Brushville. One day, while Cosmo was resting after a particularly tough battle with Timmy's bedhead, he overheard a conversation between Mrs. Smith and her friend, Mrs. Johnson. "Oh, you must try our comb. It's simply amazing," Mrs. Smith said enthusiastically. "It works wonders on Timmy's hair. It never gives up, no matter how bad the tangles are." Mrs. Johnson looked intrigued. "Really? My daughter Lily has the most unmanageable hair. I'd love to try it." Before he knew it, Cosmo found himself being passed on to Lily Johnson. Lily had thick, curly hair that seemed to have a mind of its own. Cosmo took a deep breath and prepared for his next mission. He was determined to show Lily and her family that no tangle was too tough for him. As Cosmo's fame spread, he encountered all kinds of hair problems. There was Sam, who had dreadlocks that needed careful maintenance, and Mia, whose long, straight hair often got tangled in knots. Each time, Cosmo approached the task with unwavering determination. One day, Cosmo was faced with his biggest challenge yet. He was called to help Mr. Thompson, an elderly gentleman with a long, flowing beard that had become hopelessly tangled. Mr. Thompson had given up hope of ever having a smooth beard again. Cosmo knew this would be tough, but he wasn't one to back down. He approached Mr. Thompson's beard with the same persistence he always had. The knots were tight, and the tangles seemed impossible to undo, but Cosmo didn't give up. He worked tirelessly, and little by little, the beard began to untangle. Mr. Thompson was astonished. "I never thought I'd see my beard looking so neat again." "Thank you, Cosmo." Cosmo's success inspired other combs in Brushville. They saw how Cosmo never gave up, no matter how tough the challenge, and they wanted to follow in his footsteps. Soon, a comb revolution began. Combs everywhere started working with more determination and persistence. Brushville became known as the town with the best groomed hair. People from neighboring towns came to see the famous combs in action. Cosmo had started a movement, and he couldn't be prouder. Years passed, and Cosmo continued his work, helping people with their hair problems and spreading the message of persistence and patience. He had become a legend in Brushville, a symbol of hope and determination. One day, as Cosmo was reflecting on his journey, he realized that his true purpose was not just to untangle hair, but to inspire others to never give up, no matter how tough the challenge. He had taught the people of Brushville that with persistence and patience, anything was possible. Cosmo's legacy lived on through the new generation of combs in Brushville. They carried forward his message of determination and never giving up. Cosmo watched proudly as they continued to help people with their hair problems, knowing that he had made a difference. And so, the unyielding comb story became a legend, passed down through generations, inspiring people to face their challenges with persistence and patience. Cosmo had shown that even a humble comb could make a big difference in the world. To celebrate Cosmo's legacy, Brushville began an annual festival called the Festival of Combs. During the festival, people from all over would bring their most challenging hair problems, and the combs of Brushville would work together to solve them. It was a joyous event filled with laughter, music, and, of course, perfectly groomed hair. Cosmo was always the guest of honor, and he loved seeing the smiles on people's faces as their hair problems were solved. The festival became a symbol of unity and perseverance, reminding everyone that no challenge was too big if they faced it together. As the years went by, Cosmo continued to be a source of inspiration. He had achieved his dream of making a difference, and his story was a testament to the power of persistence and patience. Brushville thrived, and its people were known for their beautifully groomed hair and their unwavering determination. Cosmo knew that his journey was far from over. There would always be new challenges to face and new knots to untangle, but with each stroke, he would continue to show the world that even a small, unassuming comb could achieve great things with enough persistence and patience. And so, Cosmo the comb lived on, a shining example of what it meant to never give up and to always strive for the best, no matter how tangled the path might be. Cosmo's story spread far and wide, reaching people in distant lands. His message of persistence and patience resonated with everyone who heard it. People began to see their own challenges in a new light, understanding that with determination and hard work, they too could overcome any obstacle. Cosmo's legacy lived on, not just in Brushville, but in the hearts and minds of people everywhere. His story became a beacon of hope, reminding everyone that no matter how tough the challenge, they had the power to overcome it. And so, the unyielding comb's story continued to inspire generations, a timeless tale of perseverance and the power of never giving up. Cosmo the comb teaches us that persistence and patience can overcome any challenge. No matter how tangled or difficult the situation, with determination and hard work, we can achieve our goals and inspire others to do the same. Never give up and always strive for the best.